All right, so we're going to try this video again. I know last time there was some issues with the volume. Hopefully I got that corrected by using a mic, so hopefully it'll be a little better to hear and understand what I'm saying. This is just going to be a short video to introduce the training staff to the drill manual. This manual is created to give us some guidelines and things to follow and go by when doing drills and doing performance standards. If you think about it, like it's basically a playbook, and we can use this to help evaluate our performance on drills, which will make us better on calls, because you play like you practice. So it just gives us a guideline of how to run some drills and different drills that we do based on how we operate as a department. It's broken down to a couple different areas, and the main thing is that it establishes individual and departmental performance levels of basic fireground, rescue, and hazmat duties. So it's going to have stuff related to stretching lines and putting out fires and search, doing water supply, setting up and establishing that, and then you're going to have some stuff dealing with extrication tools and hazmat as well. The biggest thing, the objectives for this are to build from the individual skills into what is defined as a single company drill up to multi-company drills, and try to do everything in real time. The officers are going to be responsible to motivate, evaluate, and monitor members during this program, and then you evaluate each individual member's performance to ensure the member meets the standard. And then we give them assistance and help. These are meant for training and improvement, not for enforcement and punishment. So we do it to get better. If you don't learn something every time you train or get a little bit better every time you train, we're not doing it right. So like I said, it's broken up into a couple different areas. The individual skills requirement is based on a one-person skill. It's pretty much a JPR from the NFPA standard for firefighter 1 and 2, something that one firefighter should be able to do by themselves, and it's a basic, building block for fireground evolutions, and that's what it's all built upon. Single company, what's define that as? You think like a single resource. So it's going to take a couple of those individual skills, maybe two or more, and put them together for a drill that you're probably going to have at least two or more firefighters doing to meet an objective. And then your multi-company drills is pretty much combining two or more single company drills, so that you'll be doing a couple things more than just one fireground function, so that it would be over the course of having doing the drill, you would have two operations going on. And then of course your driving drills are just basic driving and truck operations. And then we have hazmat drills that deal with how to use our meters in the ERG book, and our rescue drills that deal with rope rescue, water rescue, and extrication. So it's going to cover everything we carry on our trucks, and it's going to give us a good standard of basics with all these things, so that we can build upon being good at the basics and getting better for the more advanced situations. And they're all broken down into categories, and you'll see that they look like your individual skills. Here's an example of what one of those will look like. It's just broken down. It tells you what the title of it is. It'll be for forcing an inward swinging door. That's something that one firefighter should be able to do by themselves. It gives you the objective, the guide to go by, and pretty much the step-by-step how to force the door, what equipment you're going to be needed. And at the bottom, for all the skills and drills, you'll see where you can put the date, who the training officer was or the instructor, and then if you want to put any notes on here, ways to improve the drill, things that worked good, didn't work good. And you can always see there's a revision date. So if there's something that's changed, these drills can be updated. Going from there to our single company drills, an example of that would be an SCBA search procedure. You're going to have two firefighters doing that. The way this, or at least two firefighters, I'm sorry. And it shows you here, again, the top, it shows you the drill number, which is right here. And it's going to show you what GOGs out of our GOG book are covered. So if you're going to do one of these drills, you want to prepare one, you can read through those GOGs and make sure we're following those as we do them. Your objective here is to have firefighters use proper procedures for search and removing of a victim from a smoke-filled environment using a hose line. And it explains everything here in your situation and procedures. You got a three-man crew, and it shows you down at the bottom. You got an officer, a driver, and two firefighters. So there's your three-man crew. Your driver will be with the truck. and the task of what you would do. Basically, you're going to deploy a charged hose line, do a search, bring the victim out. It's got down here the equipment you'll need. One of the notes, make sure you clean everything up when you're done, and you can also fill this out. Excuse me. For any of the drills you see, right over here on the left, if you see the spaces beside the numbers, that's for you to put in times in case you want to record the time it takes to complete these tasks, an overall start time and an overall finish time, and then at what point these objectives were met. Again, this is not used to compare and, hey, we did it faster than you, we did it better than you. What that's showing you is that time is a factor and these things need to happen fast. If you think about a lot of what our response times are based on is getting out of the station quick, getting on scene quick. On medical calls, you want to try to be there because early defibrillation, early emergency medical care saves lives, and then containing the fire to the room of origin saves lives. Getting the fire put out is going to take away a lot of the problems. So the quicker you're there, the more capable and efficient you are at doing these drills and taking care of it, you're going to operate better on the fire ground. From here, we'll go to one of the multi-company drills, which would be drill 22. Actually, that's a driving drill, but we can go over that. Drill number 22, Siamese operation. You see all the dates and the GOGs here. It tells you have an engine and tanker respond and set up a Siamese operation and have crews pull 1, 2.5 line and flow water. And it's got down here step by step how to do that, how many people you need, the response. You're going to lay a line from the driveway to the training building, have tankers respond and pump at regular pressure. An example of a hazmat drill. For this, it would be the meters, and it's pretty much, it tells you the meters we carry, and then it shows you down there that you should be able to turn them on, explain what the meter would detect, how to use it, and the proper way to turn it off. I know we check the meters weekly and run them, but it's also a good idea to train on them so that we know how to use them, know what they're reading, and what information it's giving us. So these are good drills to follow up on to make sure we're meeting that. And an example of a for rope rescue, one of the rescue drills, shows here that the procedure would be using the equipment off of Rescue 32. You're going to set up one of these systems, a haul line, a vertical haul line, set up the tripod, and it gives you a little guideline there of how to do it. And you'll notice this one doesn't have the dashes beside it because it's not going to be a timed event. We want to make sure it's done right and properly. You want to do it quickly and with urgency, but you also don't want to rush and not have your system set up right and do all your safety checks. This is one of the areas where we don't do it a lot, so it is when we do train on it, we need to take our time and be proficient with it and make sure we're doing it correctly. And I thought I had a multi-company drill up, and I do not, but I will open one up here so you can see what that looks like. And again, this one's ventilation using a PPV fan, natural ventilation or fog streams. Tells you how to go through it, smoke lab or the training tower, use the machine, fill it up with some smoke, and then you use the different ways to ventilate it and remove the smoke. And again, ventilation is a task. It's going to take some coordinated effort, and it's a little more advanced than just a single individual or person doing it. It's going to take a couple people to get that going and make sure it's done properly. You could also tie your hazmat into that. Once you're done clearing the smoke, you can practice using the meters to check the CO levels. These books, there will be a book in the staff office at 32. There'll also be one at station. Also, the part of the Friday morning drills. We've been doing some along the way. Y'all have noticed some of the drills, and I gave some sheets to the training officers to use, or the shift lieutenants to use as they've done drills on Fridays. And we're going to start to continue to expand upon that once we get back to our normal mode of operation. We'll get into doing more of these more regular. But for now, you can read through and find some. There are some that are available to do, like I said, that you can actually do with Dawn and SCBA, or hooking up some of the hydraulic tools where you can get in good quality training and still keep social distancing. be spaced out and meet some of those goals. So if you have any questions, email me, call me, and I will get this sent out shortly. Thanks.